Today I'm going to share my favorite word game with you. It started off as a childhood game that I used to play with my sister Vicky Loris, with whom I've also been working with for many years, besides the fact that she's been an incredible sister. So we used to play this game on paper with a pen, and one of us would choose a difficult word or phrase, or a long word or phrase, and we would write it here at the top of the page. For example, let's write now celebrations. And whatever letters you have here, you use them to make shorter words. Any proper English words, excluding names, we would have this rule, let's say, and we would even play it during birthday parties. It was really one of our fun games. So celebrations has 2 E's, so you can create a word with 2 E's in it. For example, B. But there's only 1 A, so if you do make a word that includes the letter A, you can only use 1 A in that word, and then you can reuse the letters. We would have a timer, and when the time would end, then the game is over. We would count how many words we had, then we would check the spelling, because only the correctly spelled words count to win. And this game I play also with my older students when they're learning vocabulary for a test at school, or we encounter a new word that they are not familiar with. We play a word game with this word. You'll remember it forever. Sometimes we play the exact same game on the board. If we don't have that much time, then we say, oh, we have 2 minutes left. I'll write a word on the board. You can come up, take the marker for the whiteboard, and write as many words as you can until the timer goes off. So I don't like looking at the time when I'm having a lesson, only in order to spread out the material that we're going to work on. And I want it to be like a surprise when the end of the lesson comes. So I have timers at the end of the lesson, 1 minute before the actual ending. So we play this game until the timer goes off. I would write the exact same word, let's say, celebrations, here. And the student also enjoys, especially the younger ones, coming up to the whiteboard, using the marker and the special sponge or cloth, whatever we have. They write words and the timer goes off. We've written 5 or 6 words. It doesn't matter if the game lasts long or not. It's the fun of it. It's giving also the lesson a really pleasant ending, and they leave with the best impressions possible. Or there is actually a board game. This one we've been using for many years. It's from Hasbro, and the name of the game is Boggle. So this one is a little bit more sophisticated than the paper and the whiteboard, but the concept is the same. I think now they've changed the game a little bit. This is the older version. So there's a box, and inside the box, I'll just open the cap here, there are some cubes, and on each side they have a different letter. And if it's a special letter like W that might be confused with the letter M, let's say, there's a line under the letter so you know which way is correct. And what you do is you put the cap on, and then you make some noise. They actually like this part too, to shake them. And then you try to settle them down like this in the box. You open the box, we take them out, we spread them out on the floor. Usually we play this game on the floor. And then they try to make as many words as possible using the letters that came up in the box. And this game is quite old, and it has this as a timer. I think it lasts for 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, a 3-minute word search game. And sometimes we use the timer on my phone to add an extra 2 minutes. We do it for 5 minutes. And while the student is creating the words, I am holding a notepad, piece of paper, and I'm writing down the words. And sometimes at that point they might say the word see, the verb with a double E. I'll write that down. And then yes, maybe there is also an A. We're lucky and we also have an A, but they don't know that the word see, the noun, is spelled with an EA, and that's where I intervene a little bit and might help them out. Or at the end, when the time is up, then I show them a couple of more words they could have spelled, and they really, really enjoy this game. Fun, educational, you learn spelling, vocabulary. What a great way to end a lesson or to take a break in the middle of a lesson. Let's say we had intensive grammar preparation or something for a test. So when we're done, we take a short break with the Boggle game or one of its versions on paper or on the whiteboard. Or sometimes if the children arrive to the lesson tired, frustrated, maybe they had a long schedule at school or too many activities, and I see that they're a bit reluctant to sit at the table again and start worksheets and so on, then we might also start off the lesson with a game of Boggle in one of its forms. And then this helps them get into the lesson and start off again, because there are some things that we have to do to complete by the end of the lesson. So we have to find the best possible way, the most pleasant way to do this. That's my favorite word game. I love it. I hope you enjoy it too. I'll write down the links in the chat below, and I'll check if there's also a new version of Boggle. I'm sure there is. What a great game. I hope you enjoy it too.